A father's heart shattering as he learns of his beloved son's death, leading to a vow so fierce that it would shake the very foundations of the greatest war in history. In the midst of the Kurukshetra war, on the 13th day of battle, a tragedy unfolds that would test the limits of Dharma itself. Abhimanyu, Arjuna's 16-year-old son, enters the deadly Chakravyuha formation alone. This boy warrior, born with divine knowledge yet lacking the complete understanding to exit the maze-like battle formation, fights valiantly against impossible odds. 7 Maharathas, the greatest warriors of the Kaurava army, surround the young hero. Drona, Karna, Duryodhana, Dushasana, Kripa, Ashwathama, and Jayadratha combine their forces against a single teenager. But it's Jayadratha, the king of Sindhu, who plays the most crucial role in this tragedy. While others engage Abhimanyu in combat, Jayadratha blocks the path, preventing the other Pandava brothers from entering the formation to rescue him. Abhimanyu fights like a lion among wolves, his arrows finding their mark with divine precision. He destroys chariots, slays warriors, and creates havoc in the enemy ranks. But eventually, overwhelmed by the combined assault of 7 warriors fighting against all codes of honorable warfare, the young prince falls. When Arjuna returns to camp that evening and learns of his son's death, his grief transforms into a rage that threatens to consume everything in its path. The great archer, whose bow Gandhava has never failed him, whose arrows have never missed their target, stands before his assembled army and makes a vow that sends shockwaves through both camps. Before tomorrow's sun sets, Arjuna declares, his voice echoing with divine fury, I shall kill Jayadratha, the coward who blocked my brothers from saving my son. If I fail in this vow, I shall enter the fire and end my life. This isn't merely a promise of revenge. In the context of Dharma, Arjuna's vow represents the complex intersection of personal grief, duty as a father, and responsibility as a warrior. Krishna, his divine charioteer and guide, understands the deeper implications of this moment. The next day dawns with unprecedented intensity. The Kauravas, knowing about Arjuna's vow, create elaborate protective formations around Jayadratha. They place their finest warriors in concentric circles, making it nearly impossible for anyone to reach the Sindhu king. Drona himself takes charge of protecting Jayadratha, understanding that if Arjuna fails in his vow and takes his own life, the Pandava cause would be severely weakened. Arjuna and Krishna begin their assault with the fury of a hurricane. The divine archer cuts through enemy ranks like fire through dry grass. His arrows create paths where none existed, his bow sings songs of destruction and justice. Yet despite his superhuman efforts, the protective formations hold strong. As the day progresses, anxiety grips both armies. The sun travels its celestial path, and Jayadratha remains alive, protected by the mightiest warriors of his generation. Even Arjuna's extraordinary skills seem insufficient against such overwhelming odds. But Krishna, the master strategist and divine guide, has been observing everything with cosmic awareness. He knows that Dharma sometimes requires actions that transcend conventional understanding. As the sun approaches the western horizon, Krishna employs his divine power to create an eclipse, temporarily hiding the sun behind dark clouds. Seeing the artificial darkness, the Kaurava army believes sunset has arrived. They celebrate, thinking Arjuna's vow has failed, and he must now take his own life. In their joy and relief, they break their protective formations around Jayadratha. This is the moment Krishna has orchestrated. As the clouds part and sunlight returns, revealing that sunset hasn't actually occurred, Arjuna sees his target exposed. With lightning speed, he draws his bow and releases the Pashupadastra, a divine weapon of unimaginable power. The arrow finds its mark and Jayadratha falls, but Krishna's wisdom extends even to this moment of victory. He reminds Arjuna that Jayadratha's father had blessed his son, declaring that whoever causes his head to fall to the ground would have their own head explode. So Arjuna's arrow carries Jayadratha's severed head directly to his father's lap during meditation, ensuring the curse falls upon the one who had originally spoken it. This episode teaches us profound lessons about the nature of Dharma, the complexity of justice, and the role of divine guidance in human affairs. Sometimes, fulfilling our deepest duties requires us to transcend conventional limitations and trust in higher wisdom.